The night he agreed to the blind date, the smell of disinfectant was still on his hands, his janitor uniform wrinkled from a double shift, and his heart already tired before the evening even began. He never believed in setups, never believed life would suddenly offer him something gentle after years of scraping by, raising a child alone, and cleaning other people's messes while hiding his own quiet pain. But that night, without knowing why, he said yes, and that single yes would crack open parts of his soul he had kept sealed for years. Before the story pulls you deeper, take a moment. If you believe in kindness, second chances, and quiet miracles that change broken lives, please like this video, share it with someone who needs hope, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel, Grandma Dearie. Your support keeps stories like this alive. He was a single dad, a school janitor by day and a grocery store cleaner by night, raising his young daughter after her mother passed away unexpectedly. Life had not been cruel in loud ways, it had been cruel in slow, suffocating ones. Bills stacked quietly. Loneliness settled in after bedtime stories ended. He learned to smile for his child and stay silent for himself. His friend at work insisted he needed to live a little, promising the blind date would be simple, harmless, maybe even healing. What he wasn't told was the truth, that the woman waiting for him had survived a tragedy of her own. The restaurant was modest, softly lit, and too clean, reminding him of his own workplace. When he saw her, seated near the window, he froze. She was in a wheelchair, her posture calm but her eyes heavy with stories. She wore a police badge clipped neatly to her bag, a symbol of strength that felt almost painful to look at. He felt betrayed, embarrassed, and suddenly small, as if he had been tricked into a situation he wasn't prepared for. He thought about turning around. He thought about his daughter waiting at home, trusting him to come back whole. But something in the woman's stillness stopped him. She didn't rush to explain herself. She didn't apologize for existing. As the evening unfolded, the air between them grew thick with unspoken truths. He learned she had been a patrol officer, fearless, respected, the kind of woman who ran toward danger without hesitation. A roadside incident during a night shift had changed everything. A crash, a second too late. A spine damaged beyond repair. Her career ended in a hospital room filled with machines and silence. The badge she carried was no longer a license to serve, but a reminder of who she once was. What broke him wasn't the paralysis. It wasn't the wheelchair or the tragedy. It was the way she spoke about losing purpose, about waking up every day feeling invisible in a world that once depended on her, about how people now spoke slower around her, softer, as if she were fragile glass instead of solid steel. She spoke of strength with exhaustion in her eyes, and that honesty hit him harder than anything he had expected. He realized he wasn't the only one surviving instead of living. As the night went on, his own walls began to weaken. He saw reflections of himself in her pain, his silent grief, his constant fear of failing his child, his belief that his life had already peaked and was now just maintenance. He cleaned hallways for a living, wiped away messes that weren't his, and went home to an empty chair at the dinner table. Listening to her, he understood something powerful. Loss doesn't ask permission, and dignity doesn't disappear just because life takes something away. Their connection didn't feel romantic at first. It felt human. Two people stripped of illusions, sitting across from each other, carrying invisible weights. She told him she didn't want pity, didn't want to be someone's charity project. She wanted to be seen, truly seen. That was the moment something inside him cracked, because for years that was all he had wanted too. After that night, they didn't rush into anything. Life didn't magically become easier. He still woke before dawn to mop floors. She still struggled with pain and memories that visited without warning, but they checked in on each other. They shared coffee, stories, small victories. His daughter grew fond of her laugh. Slowly, hope returned, not loud or dramatic, but steady and real. He began to understand that being broken didn't mean being useless. that strength could look like showing up even when life had rewritten your role. She began to see that purpose wasn't limited to a badge or a uniform. Together, they learned that healing doesn't always mean fixing what's lost. It means honoring what remains. If this story is touching something inside you, if it reminds you of your own quiet battles or the people you love, please take a moment near the end of this video to like, share, and subscribe to Grandma Dearie. Your engagement helps these stories reach hearts that need them. Before we close, I have one special request. Please comment below and tell us, do you believe broken people can build something beautiful together? In the end, he realized the blind date wasn't a trick. It was a mirror, and sometimes the moments that break us open are the ones that finally let the light in.